41-year-old Jarvis Butts, and yes, that is his last name, has been arrested in the connection of the disappearance and death of 13-year-old Naziah Harris. He is currently being charged with 1 count of first-degree premeditated murder, 1 count of criminal inappropriate conduct in the second degree, and 1 count of possession of child abuse material. He's also being charged with 2 more counts of criminal inappropriate conduct to 2 more girls in 2 separate cases. Now let's go ahead and dive in the criminal mind frame of Jarvis Butts, as well as find out what happened to Naziah Harris. Now, Jarvis is what you would call a classic expert groomer and child abuse offender. Now, Jarvis was different from most offenders these days, because most offenders use the internet, but this person used a different tactic. Because Jarvis would have inappropriate relationships with young women. By young, I mean teenagers. And the way he would meet them is not through social media or the internet. He would meet them through their parents. And you haven't figured out what I'm talking about, he would date their mom. So if he saw a young person that he liked, he would befriend the mother, then start dating her just to get to the daughter. Because that's what his true desire lies. Now, a woman that's in her 20s right now would state that she was abused by Jarvis from April of 2012 all the way to April of 2014. Another young girl who is currently 13 right now stated that she was abused by Jarvis from July of 2015 to July of 2017. Now, the behaviors that Jarvis has been shown so far is known as fixated offender. Now, what a fixated offender is just how the name says it. It is a person that is mostly attracted to children than they are to adults, where psychologically they're a child themselves. Now, fixated offenders are less likely to harm their victims, but they will slowly, gradually try to groom them, where often physical affection is much more important than actually doing the deed. Now, fixated offenders may be abusing a number of children all at the exact same time, and they often make a project of this by moving around to obtain victims and use different tactics to find more victims. And this is how the connection between Jarvis and Naziah was made, because Jarvis didn't date Naziah's mom. The way that these two were connected, even though I hate using this term though, because it sounds ignorant, was that he was Naziah's aunt baby daddy. Upon the search of Jarvis's phone, police will find that Jarvis has been grooming Naziah since September of 2022. And at that time, Jarvis was sending Naziah inappropriate text messages. And during the grooming process, he was able to convince her to do the same thing. But on January 9th of 2024, Naziah will go to school, but then after that, she would never be heard from again. Evidence would show that Naziah had messaged Jarvis on her tablet, in which the messages had indicated that they were planning on meeting up after school. So then after school, she met up with Jarvis and a co-worker of his, in which they went to a repair shop in Detroit. And around 9:30 p.m. that same day, Jarvis would check into a hotel, but then after that, Naziah was nowhere to be found. Now, police believe that since she'd been missing this long, that she is no longer alive. The reason why they believe that Jarvis had a hand in this, and the reason why he may have done this, was because they come to find out that Naziah might have been pregnant, and that Jarvis knew about it. Because in November of 2023, evidence would show that Naziah had messaged Jarvis telling him that she hasn't had her time of the month yet. And upon the search of Jarvis' search history, they have found that he was looking up information about abortion, abortion pills, and what happens if you drink red antifreeze. As of right now, this case is still ongoing, where they're still trying to find the location of Naziah Harris. And Jarvis is currently being held in the Wayne County Jail on a $250,000 bond, where he has been held since April of 2024 on other charges. And it is still unclear if he has retained a lawyer or has taken a plea deal. So that concludes our story for today. So what do you think? Do you feel that Jarvis did something to hide the fact that Naziah was pregnant? Or do you feel that he's taking the fall for all the other charges that he has? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you like more criminal mind cases like this, go ahead and stay tuned for more videos to come. As well as, if you're new, go ahead and check out my previous videos as well. And with that, be safe and take care of one another.